Hello everyone, my name is Amradorn and welcome back to the CentriCraft server. Today we are going to be working on some farms. I've taken this area over here in the temple and I've leveled it out, and I kind of filled it with grass and put in this path here and kind of divided it up into 4 sections. Back in the back there we have our cactus farm, and then over there is our kelp farm, so you kind of get an idea. And the mob farm is over there in the corner. So what we're going to do here, and let me turn around. We've got this all filled with dirt. We're going to put up some fencing, and we're going to fill up this wall back here, and then we're going to put some fields in here. So we're going to do a field of wheat, we're going to do some potatoes, we're going to do some carrots, some beetroots, and then we're going to put a second layer on here, and we're going to do another set of farms on top with some melons and stuff. Now, none of this is going to be automatic. This is all just going to be manual farms, but I want to get these done up, so I've got a pretty solid source of food. Something I probably should have done quite sooner. We do have other sources of food on the server. We've been doing pretty good with that, but I want to have kind of, this temple, feeds a lot of people because they're going to have to be doing it to build, and so it needs to have some farms. Now, normally, of course, the farms would be outside, but we have all this space to fill up. So I think some farms would go pretty good in here. So I'm going to go ahead and work on some fencing, and I'm going to do the walls and stuff, and we'll look at that, and then I'll come back. Okay, so now I've got the fences put in, and I've got some of the walls put in. I don't have all the walls going all the way up yet. I'm actually getting low on stone brick, so it's the effort to get that is getting a little bit more difficult, because I've used so much of it in this build. I mean, that is a huge amount of stone brick. So I'm going to have to get some more. I have been trying to break it up a little bit with some of this like polished andesite, and I'll be doing that around the walls here as well, to kind of make it look better. It's getting dark, so I better sleep real quick, and then I'll be back. Okay, so we have slept. Now, our next step is I'm going to take these pillars and I'm going to take them all the way up, which means I'm going to be doing a bunch of jumping and a bunch of falling, and yeah, and that kind of stuff. After that, I'm going to build some staircases going up to the next floor and just kind of plan out where the next level of this is going to be. So let me get that done and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back, and it looks like I have a pretty good height here set up. I've got this going out all the way to here. I kind of changed this up a little bit, and we will go ahead and pull these out one and do them kind of like what we've been doing over here. I think this will make that look a little bit better and give it a little bit more depth. And we've got this basically center hole that kind of goes through this whole area. Comes down to here. We've got stairs going up to the second level, which we will also have farms up here for. We've got some light here in the middle. If I can get back down the stairs. We've got some fence gates here and in some other places along the line so we can get into our fields. And I think that looks pretty good. I like the way it's fairly basic, which the whole temple kind of has a real basic feel to it. And it's kind of what I'm going for, really. Nothing real fancy, pretty utilitarian, and I think it works. I think it works for what we're trying to do here. So I need to go in and finish basically building this structure up all the way around. There's going to be quite a bit of it. It's going to take me a little while to do. And that is really what's next. So let me get that done, and I'll be back once I have that finished. Okay, so here we have our first of the 4 fields done. This one's going to be wheat. The places that wouldn't let me plant, I ended up digging those up and making water out of them. I think I'm going to try to go get some lily pads to cover up those spaces, so that as I'm going through and working in the field, I'm not falling into them all the time. Especially these big ones here. Those will definitely need to do something about. So I'll be making a trip off to the swamps at some point to collect those. In the meantime, this is what these is going to look like, and we'll get the other ones done up as well, and get those all planted with their various crops. And I'm going to go ahead and do that next. So I'll be back when I have those finished. I now have everything planted with what I have available. I don't have enough seeds to do everything, but as time goes on and these things grow up, I will spread them out and fill up all of these pins. Now I've got wheat over here with some netherwort in the corner. And then over here I have potatoes. And again with netherwort in the corner. I decided to throw in the netherwort just to kind of give each one a little bit of color. Over here I have beetroot. And then over here I have carrots. Now I think I have figured out what was going on with these large patches that that weren't being able to be planted. If you turn on F3 here, you'll see that the light in some places goes pretty much to 0, and that is where we were running into difficulty with things being planted properly. So I've put torches around on the outside here, and I'm going to do that with the other 3 pins as well, and then we'll be good to go with that. And I think that'll fix some of our problems. Some of these water spots over here in the wheat will be able to make much smaller because we won't have that problem. So there we go. These are our farms. They look pretty good. We do have the second floor to still do. I'm going to do that off camera. As you can see, I've kind of got, whoops, I've got things kind of set up here. I got the placement going. These things are going to run right up next to the balcony that runs around the entire perimeter of the temple, which I think will be fine. And of course, this will end up getting closed up as well. So that's kind of where we're at. I haven't decided what to do with this yet. I could make a bridge across here and on the other side as well, and I think I'm probably going to, especially with this over here. If you can see off in the distance over there, I've been growing trees. Right now on this side you can see Arcadia, but there's oak, birch, and there's dark oak in there as well. And I'm going to do something similar over there that I did with this, but it's going to be trees. And that way we have a... Oh, and it's raining, of course. And so that way we have... Oh, it's a thunderstorm, even. That's scary. So we have a fairly steady supply of wood and a good way of being able to develop that without too many problems. So there's kind of what we have for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button down below. If you'd like to see more, hit the subscribe button. And until next time, you guys have a good one. Goodbye.